All right, Twisted Nightmare Gaming back again. Another Pokemon deck profile. Once again, it's with the man of the hour, CJ. We also got Alex again.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell.
We'll remind him again, man.
We're gonna remind him all throughout this video. All throughout.
And then we have Chris, who was in the unboxing video that we just did.
How you doing, everybody?
All right, so CJ, what deck are we profiling this time?
I think I gotta give it an epic intro because it is the deck. So like, I'm gonna get through the history and stuff. So in Crimson Invasion, we got an amazing card called Buzzrock. He changed the world, and then everyone started playing him, and then everyone started playing him, and then even parents started playing him. So it became the best deck last format. And then the format swapped and removed every good card from it. And we're left with just the husky shell of what was left over. But honestly, it's emerging again. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Buzzrock. Buzzwole Lycanroc, right? The deck itself. So, we'll start it off with 3 Buzzwoles. Why do we run 3 of these guys? Ideally in a game, you kind of want to see all these guys die early. So this one, we put an energy on him, he hits, he does like 50 damage, and then he dies. This one comes up, takes his place, right? He does 80 damage maybe even 100 damage, and then he dies, right? Then this guy comes up. Your opponent's taking 2 prize cards. If your opponent has exactly 4, your Sledgehammer does 90 more damage. So we're looking at 120 damage, plus the Diancie 140, plus the Choice Band 170, plus the Beast Energy 200 damage for a singular energy. And he's got 130 HP. Now 130 HP, for those of you who don't play the game, a lot of things in this game hit 120, and then they hit numbers much above 120. So it's either 120 is kind of like the cutoff. A lot of people hit 120, don't hit 130, 140 type areas. This number is actually pretty hard to hit, so it actually does give people pain and trouble to hit it. And sometimes it means you can actually end up using the Sledgehammer 1, 2, 3 times even in some games if your opponent loses a complete control of the game. So the whole idea is consistency. Now these guys have the Ultra Beast stamped on them, and that'll become important later because it designates the card as an Ultra Beast.
Here we go. Got you.
It's kind of important. So we run 3 Buzzwole. Alright, so enough of the Buzzwole train. We got 2 Buzzwole GX. Now you're thinking it's a GX. It's inherently better, right? But really it's better, but not in the sense of the way we play the Buzzwole early. So we have the Ultra Beast tag once more, 190 HP. 190 HP pretty much is like the standard for a solid basic Pokemon GX, so this is good. His numbers are immaculate. We got 1 energy, 30 damage, put 30 on the bench. It's the Jet Punch attack. Amazing to start this guy because you just go in with the Jet Punches, you land 2 or 3 of them, sprinkle some damage all over the place. They kill this, they take 2 prize cards, you pull up with this. Sledgehammer hits 120. So honestly, even starting with this guy feels good. We have, for 3 fighting energy, they all have to be fighting, you can Knuckle Impact, which will do 160 damage with your Diancie 180, with your Choice Band 210, with the Beast Energy 240. This number is actually dumb. And then he can't attack during the next turn, which is a pretty big downside. Most of the time when this guy does this big 3 energy attack, he's dying next turn, like you already know it. Absorption GX, if you're really behind, things aren't going your way, 40 times the amount of prize cards you have remaining. If you're still on 6 prize cards, this is 240 damage. So it's pretty nuts. Now as you get later into the game, this GX means less, so we need to weigh, because we know we're going to probably get ahead in the game. We got all these dudes attacking for 1 energy. They're chipping away. We're getting 2 or 3 of these attacks off before your opponent's even conceived of getting more than 2 prize cards. Like, what happens if we're getting ahead in the game? We're actually taking prize cards in these early exchanges. Well, then we come over to the Lycanroc side. So we run 2 Rockruff. They just simply evolve into 2 Lycanroc. Now, Lycanroc's GX is truly one of the biggest reasons why it's in the deck. 50 damage for every benched Pokemon the opponent has. If they have a full bench, that's 250 damage for a fighting energy and a colorless energy. Okay, you got it. Anytime. How's his HP? Kind of low. We tolerate it. Why? Because the ability is nuts. When you actually do evolve the Lycanroc, your opponent has to switch their active Pokemon with one of the benched Pokemon you choose. So all that damage you were sprinkling around early in the game, it's now front and center. You bang. get your prize cards. Front and center again, bang, get your prize cards. The Lycanroc allows you to do that. And for a DCE and just a singular fighting energy, 110 damage with the Claw Slash, we can amp those numbers up to about 180 in this deck in certain situations. So it really does have a good auxiliary attack as well. So this is kind of the shell. This is why we call it Buzzrock. Now, what did I do? I noticed a few things. First of all, Malamar's getting really, really popular. Buzzwole GX, all of them are weak to Psychic, but Lycanroc isn't. He's weak to Grass. Well, neither is Zygarde, a basic Pokemon that can kind of replace Buzzwole in the middle of that game to try to bring the game back around. He's a Grass-weak, basic GX Pokemon with 200 HP. He has the HP of a Stage 1 Lycanroc GX on him as a basic Pokemon. This dude tanks. Some of the bigger problems, he doesn't have the Ultra Beast tag, which is kind of disheartening, but that's okay. We still have 3 amazing attacks. Cell Connector for just a double colorless energy, 50 damage with our Diancie, 70 with our Choice Band, 100. It can now 2-shot things, right? We go inside of our discard pile and pick up 2 of the fighting energies. Maybe we lost them on Baby Buzzes early, and we attach him to this guy. That's what a Cell Connector attack does. Well, now you just notice he has 2 fighting and that double colorless. Now he can use the rest of his attacks. He's fully charged. He's ready to go. Landsraft does exactly 130 damage before any modifiers. It can actually knock out opponent Buzzwoles if you're in that mirror match with ease at 130 damage. Choice Band, Diancie, we're at 180, possibly a Kukui. This number can actually hit 200 in this deck in some certain situations. And then his Verdict GX. What if we're not feeling good about Dangerous Rogue because our opponent's playing well? What if we're too far ahead to use Absorption, right? Verdict GX, 150 damage, that's 200 with the Choice Band and Diancie. Kukui takes it to 220 damage, easily a KO, and he cannot be damaged by the attacks of Pokemon GX and EX next turn. So your opponent can't counter-turn a GX move right there. This might be your ceiling gameplay, right? So I mean, this Zygarde feels amazing. I love it against Malamar. If Malamar wasn't so good, Zygarde wouldn't be in here, I have to admit. But it still feels great to play. Alright, so support Pokemon. So we have main centralized nature of the deck, response to meta, right? What's our support Pokemon? We use just a singular Tapu Lele GX. Being able to hunt for that supporter through the use of an Ultra Ball is still a very important thing. I feel like it's way too important to kind of give it up. We only run 1 copy because we don't want to start it. That's probably one of the worst situations. And honestly, in some games, we don't even want it on the board because it's just a free 2 prize cards and it's a meager 170 HP. The other support Pokemon we use is Diancie with the Princess Cheers ability. It gives all the fighting Pokemon 20 extra damage. So all those references I made to Diancie Choice Band, this is what we're talking about. That combo where you can get 50 extra damage into a fighting Pokemon's attack. It makes all the numbers on a fighting Pokemon actually be that number plus 50 because you know you're going to run this card. So, that is the Pokemon lineup. It's real simple. It hasn't changed a lot from last format. I think the Zygardes are optional. That's kind of the way the deck starts. Now for the supporters, Cynthia, Shuffle Draw 6. Pivotal key part of the game. I know you've seen it in most of my decks now, probably at a count of 4.
I think we've seen it every day.
Yeah. Lily at a count of 4. I'm liking this a lot more in this post-rotation scene. Just being able to draw until you have 6 and have the possibility of drawing until you have 8 on turn 1 without actually using the Tapu Lele to get there feels really, really nice. We run 2 Kukui. So draw 2 and gain 20 damage. The draw 2 doesn't matter. We're getting 20 extra damage. How that works. 3 Guzmas. Being able to switch our opponent's Pokemon is important. We have it in Lycanroc. Now we have it in Guzma. We don't run 4 Guzma because we're already running 2 Lycanroc. We don't need it like that. And having the switchability is also just good in a card to be able to switch your thing into play. Maybe you just Beast Ring the Buzzwole, which I'll explain what that terminology means in a moment. And now he's like Hefton. He's ready to go. And you just hit that Guzma and pull up something that they've been protecting on the bench and just whack it. Like, Guzma's a good card. So what did I mean by Beast Ring? And we're going into items here. We have 3 Beast Rings. If your opponent has exactly 3 or 4 prize cards remaining, there'll always be a case in the game where that happens, except for some really strange off-brand decks that do oppositely. Search your deck for 2 basic energy cards, slap them on an Ultra Beast.
Sounds like you didn't need the message anyhow.
Buzzwole's an Ultra Beast. Big.
You did great.
We get 2 energy from the Beast Ring. One from hand. He can now Knuckle Impact and Absorption GX out of nowhere.
So what's it like?
Like your opponent might not even know that's coming.
Wilson Fisk.
Follow it up with a Guzma. Now you just knocked out anything on your opponent's board for free. All the stuff. It makes your opponent think twice, like, do I need to take this prize card right now?
Dangerous.
4 Ultra Ball. Discard 2, go search for any Pokemon. Now, we need this for Lele, and we need it for Lycanroc. We don't really need it for any other Pokemon in this deck, and I'll explain why when we get to that point. But just know that this card is needed for both Lycanroc and Tapu Lele. 3 Choice Band. The Pokemon it's equipped to does 30 extra damage to GX or EX Pokemon. Great. That plays into the Diancie, gets that 50 extra damage. 2 switches. I said switches were really good in this deck. I like them a lot. You're able to shuffle Pokemon around, get them to the space you need them to get, negate opponent Guzmas for stalling. Because listen, if you're about to win this game, you're just going to get in there and win the game. Right? Field Blower, because I hate Zoroark. I really do. They're playing weakness policy because they're afraid of fighting Pokemon. So take away the weakness policy, now they're weak to fighting again, and now all my damage is doubled. Response to meta, really. Rescue Stretcher. Get back that Buzzwole. You start a Buzzwole, you swing with it a few times, you get some damage sprinkled around, right? They kill it. They have 4 prize cards remaining. We pull up the baby Buzz, right? Buzzwole GX is in the discard pile. Hit the Rescue Stretcher. Bring the Buzzwole back from the discard pile to the hand, slap it down on the bench of Beast Ring. Talk about a power play turn. Like Rescue Stretcher, definitely. Pal Pad. Again, response to meta. Sometimes you don't got enough Guzmas. Maybe you need more. You need 2 more. This can get you up to 5 Guzmas in the deck, so to say. Right? This can get you up to 4 Kukuis in the deck. Maybe Kukui's the card that we need to be rolling with. And then if you're just feeling like the game's moving too slow, too dry, got a lot of supporters prized, Pal Pad the Cynthia and the Lilies back into the deck. It's just a great card. Brooklet Hill. Run 3. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a basic water or a basic fighting Pokemon and just slap it on the bench. What are we looking for? We're looking for Rockruffs, we're looking for Buzzwole, Zygarde, Diancie, Prism Star. It searches out nearly everything in the deck. It searches out over 80% of the, over 75% of the Pokemon line. So, I mean, there you go. We only use the Ultra Ball in that sense for the Lycanroc and for the Tapu Lele. Energies. Now, you know I like to run as few energies as possible. This deck really eats energy, though. You need 10. Right?
It's still kind of low for you.
Yeah. There's more still. There's more energies. We'll get to
Oh, God. So, what are we looking at, like 18?
We're looking at 15.
Oh, God.
15 energy. So, 1 to the early Pokemon, right? 2 for the Zygarde. You're going to discard these to Ultra Ball at some point in the game, okay? All right? 1 to your prize for attacker. Beast Ring 1, Beast Ring 2, and we're going to prize a couple. That's the logic. That's the logic behind 10 energy. 4 double colorless energy. Who uses double colorless? Zygarde, Lycanroc. Like, come on, Tapu Lele, get in there with the energy drop a couple times. It's good. It's good. So 4 double colors, so 14 energy. And then finally, Beast Energy, 15 energy. It can only be, it provides a colorless energy if you attach it. You can attach it wherever you want. If it's on an Ultra Beast, that colorless now is any energy, so it's fighting, it's whatever. It's fighting for this deck. But that Ultra Beast does 30 more damage.
Oh, okay.
You're only allowed to have 1 in your deck, otherwise we would run as many as we can. This card is nuts.
It actually puts the restriction of 1 a deck, or?
Yep. Prison card rule, baby. 1 per deck. And once it's gone, it's gone. There's no resource management. It goes to the lost zone. There's no way to get anything back from there. It is gone.
Okay.
But 30 extra damage until your opponent knocks this off or kills that Pokemon. All right. I'll use that. So 15, right? Ooh, 15 energy. And that is the deck. That is Buzzrock with adjustments for meta. I guess you could call it Tex. Buzzwole, Lycanroc, and Tex.
Okay. So what deck does this? What other decks does this hate the most again?
Malamar. Malamar. It hits Buzzwole for weakness. And that's a big deal, because then we can't use our Beast Rings and stuff. We just have all this stuff in the deck where it just is nearly meaningless. Yeah?
What, in the mirror?
Oh, in the mirror? Oh, in the mirror, we're going all in with the Buzzwoles and Lycanroc. Zygarde will never touch the board.
Oh, okay.
The mirror, you just gotta out-aggress. You just sit down, and you're like, I'm gonna do more damage than you. It doesn't matter if I take more prizes. I'm just eventually the damage will stack up and I'll get it. Like, that is what that match is for. So.
Okay. Hey, my man Alex. Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt you, big bro. But I need a favor real quick, man. I need you to hit them with that real
Don't
quick.
forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell. Always hit the bell. Never don't
Well,
hit the
I
bell.
don't think they heard you one more time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Sorry about that interruption. All right. Well, again, this is Nightmare, Twisted Nightmare Gaming. CJ one more time with another Pokemon deck profile. And we'll catch y'all later.